Imagine a quiet night at home. The kind where the outside world feels paused and the only movement comes from the glow of a screen or the ticking of a clock. Then, without warning, someone knocks at your door. Not a text, not a call, a knock. In a world where unannounced visitors are rare, that sound alone is enough to make you hesitate. When you finally look through the peephole, you see two children standing under the porch light. They appear ordinary at first, young, calm, polite, but something about them feels wrong. Their posture is stiff, their speech feels rehearsed, and when you finally notice their eyes, your stomach drops. They are completely black, no whites, no pupils, just dark, reflective voids. This is the core of one of the most unsettling modern urban legends, the black-eyed children. Over the past few decades, stories like this have circulated across the world, shared through forums, podcasts, and whispered conversations. Whether interpreted as paranormal encounters, psychological phenomena, or modern folklore, the black-eyed children legend taps into something deeply primal: the fear of letting the wrong thing cross your threshold. Origins of the legend. Although the black-eyed children feel like a product of the internet age, the roots of the legend stretch far deeper. Long before message boards and social media, cultures across the world told stories of deceptive entities that relied on human permission to gain access. In European folklore, tales of fae and changelings warned that not all children were what they appeared to be. Parents were cautioned that supernatural imposters could take the place of real children, bringing misfortune with them. In Japanese mythology, yokai were said to disguise themselves as humans to lure victims into danger. Even vampire legends across Eastern Europe emphasized the importance of invitation. An entity could not enter a home unless welcomed. The black-eyed children mirror these ancient fears, but translate them into a modern setting. Instead of forests or castles, the encounters happen at apartment doors, gas stations, and parked cars late at night. The myth evolves, but the underlying anxiety remains the same. The first widely known encounter. The modern black-eyed children phenomenon gained widespread attention in 1996, when journalist Brian Bethel shared his experience online. According to his account, Bethel was sitting in his car outside a movie theater in Abilene, Texas, writing a check late at night. The area was quiet and unremarkable, until two boys knocked on his car window. They appeared to be around 10 or 12 years old and asked for a ride home so they could get money for a movie. Their request sounded reasonable, but Bethel immediately felt an intense, unexplainable fear. The boys spoke with unusual confidence and formality, and something about their presence felt deeply wrong. Then he noticed their eyes. Both boys had completely black eyes, no visible sclera, no irises. Overcome with panic, Bethel made an excuse and drove away. He later described the fear as instinctual, as if every part of his body was warning him to escape. When Bethel shared his story online, it resonated. Other people began coming forward with strikingly similar experiences, some claiming their encounters had happened years earlier. The legend quickly took on a life of its own, common characteristics and behavior. Across hundreds of reported encounters, certain patterns repeat with eerie consistency. Witnesses often describe the children as appearing slightly out of place. Their clothing may look outdated or ill-fitting, as though it belongs to another era. Their demeanor is calm to the point of being unnatural, especially given their age and circumstances. Speech is another red flag. Instead of speaking casually like modern children, black-eyed children are often described as overly formal. Requests such as, "May we come inside?" or "We would like to use the telephone," sound rehearsed, almost mechanical. One of the most disturbing aspects of these encounters is the insistence on permission. The children never force entry. They wait, they ask. They rely entirely on the homeowner or driver to invite them inside. This detail has led many to draw comparisons to vampire mythology and other supernatural traditions centered on consent and thresholds. Perhaps the most consistent element is the overwhelming sense of dread. Many witnesses report feeling intense fear even before noticing the eyes. It is often described as a primal reaction, an internal alarm signaling danger without a clear reason. What happens if you let them in? Some stories claim that people made the mistake of granting entry. These accounts are among the darkest parts of the legend. Witnesses describe the atmosphere inside the home changing immediately. The air feels heavy and cold. Pets react violently. Dogs bark uncontrollably. Cats hiss or hide. The children themselves remain eerily still, silently watching. After the encounter, people often report lingering consequences. Sudden illnesses, severe headaches, fatigue, and unexplained medical problems are common themes. Others describe a run of extreme bad luck, financial loss, or family tragedy in the days or weeks following the visit. In some cases, paranormal activity is reported: flickering lights, malfunctioning electronics, unexplained shadows, or persistent feelings of being watched. Even when the children never return, their presence seems to leave something behind. Modern sightings around the world. Reports of black-eyed children are not limited to one region or setting. Encounters have been described in rural towns, busy cities, and isolated highways. In one frequently cited case from Vermont, a couple reportedly allowed 2 children inside during a snowstorm. The children sat silently on the couch, while the couple's cat reacted with fear. When the power suddenly went out, the children vanished. In the days that followed, both adults experienced illness and recurring nightmares. Drivers have reported seeing children flagging down cars on deserted roads late at night. Apartment residents describe persistent knocking, followed by complete silence when the door is refused. In nearly every case, the same elements appear: politeness, black eyes, dread, and sudden disappearance. Psychological and cultural interpretations. Skeptics argue that the black-eyed children are a product of suggestion, sleep deprivation, and shared storytelling. The human brain is highly sensitive to faces and eyes, and the uncanny valley effect can trigger fear when something looks almost human but not quite right. Urban legends also thrive because they reflect real anxieties: fear of strangers, especially at night; fear of violating personal boundaries; fear of making the wrong choice in a moment that cannot be undone. From this perspective, black-eyed children may represent a modern cautionary tale, a symbolic reminder to trust instincts and protect personal space. Others propose extraterrestrial or interdimensional explanations, citing the children's unnatural behavior and occasional reports of strange lights or electrical disturbances. While there is no evidence to support these theories, their popularity highlights how deeply unsettling the legend feels. Why the legend endures. What makes the black-eyed children so effective as a modern myth is its simplicity. There are no elaborate rituals or complex rules. Just a knock, a request, a choice. The legend thrives in an age where stories spread instantly and anonymously. Each new account reinforces the last, creating a shared narrative that feels larger than any single experience. Whether real or imagined, the consistency of the details keeps the mystery alive. The lesson: trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, you don't need proof or permission to walk away. You don't owe access, politeness, or explanations to anyone who triggers fear. Sometimes survival is as simple as knowing when not to open the door. If this video made you think twice about a knock in the night, let me know what you believe in the comments below. Whether you see the black-eyed children as myth, warning, or something far darker, one thing's certain: some doors are better left closed. And if you want to be smarter every day, like and subscribe.